Hello everyone, hello. Welcome to tonight's stream, which will be the Stanley Parable, which I have never heard of before, but my brother felt I should play it. Ready for confusion? I live in a state of constant confusion called living on planet Earth. So, let's see. Hopefully you don't get locked in that serious room or whatever it was called. A serious room. Oh no, I have to be serious. Pretty wacky sometimes? Well, I guess I'll find out. No, normally when I stream a game on the PC, yeah, I've got OBS and all that other stuff set up. I see it on my laptop screen, and then I have the game. I have it plugged. I have my laptop plugged into the television, so I can see the game on the television. So it's just like when I'm streaming on the console. Unfortunately, for some reason, I can't get the Stanley Parable window to move to the television. So it's backwards today, which I guess works out if this game is wacky. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? I have not. I wonder what would happen if you said yes, even if you didn't. Would it make it harder for you? Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Oh boy. You want me to make it really dark? I don't know. I got vision problems to a degree with that sort of thing. Like I fall off, enter the current time. Oh boy. All right. 7, 9. How do I change AM to PM? Or is that not possible? Or does it want military time? Oh, okay. Okay. Nice to know. It's not just the Stanley Parable, it's the Ultra Deluxe Edition. Whatever that means. I always like to check settings first just to see what we got. Field of view, camera. Yes, main volume. Where I can hear people better. And yeah, I want 75. It won't let me do 75. You've got to be kidding me. Alright. VSync. Okay. Oh, so I have to do keyboard controls. You see, when I was growing up, we didn't have WSAD, whatever you call it. We had just the arrow keys. The D is not underneath. Like, it should be WASZ. That would make more sense. I guess it lines up with the way that is. It just doesn't make it. Arrow keys are easier to understand. No, I don't play a lot of PC games without controllers. Alright. Begin. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never what? I could have guessed that. 427. Mm-hmm. Looks a little old and dirty. The desk. That was boring. I would have. Hmm. Was Stanley an android? As it does. Oh, you can't hear the game? Hold on. I probably should have checked that. Stop. That's the escape. All right. Okay, let me fix this. I wasn't thinking about that part. All right. Which? Okay, it's this one. Steam. All right. Do I need to add Steam separate? Let's see it. All right. All right, that should do it. All right, let's. Why is W sad? Hopefully he feels better. Let's begin again. Okay. Going to move my phone closer so I can see chat better. Because I don't want to be looking up at the TV all the time. There we go. Alright. Wait, so it didn't start that over? I wanted to start the whole... the spiel. The intro. Oh well. You see, here's the problem with the WASD keys here and the mouse. I use the mouse left-handed, so now I have to move my right hand over here to get these keys. It's awkward. I don't like it. Alright, let's go to the computer here. Let's see, how do I interact with it? Do I interact with anything? Can I look at the controls again? Alright. Okay, there's more buttons. Alright. Alright. That's moving. Wait, rebind? Oh, I will... Okay. Why is it a question mark? Does it not understand what an arrow key is? Jump is space. How would I make this jump? It's right there on my pinky finger. Alright. So interact. Okay. Crouch is control. It's a bit of a... The key right next... The closest key is the function key, but I don't think that's a good idea. Alright. Zoom the game. No jump. How do I know what I'm trying to interact with? I guess I'll leave the room. Knock knock. Anybody home? Nobody's in there, I guess. They could be hiding in the corner. I don't know if I'm knocking on the door, trying the handle. Can't do anything with that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
They all
meeting
got
room.
fired.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now maybe I want to look around some more, look for clues. Okay, so we have someone printed out some stuff and left the papers lying, so they left in a hurry, perhaps. Or they simply hit print and it fell and they didn't come get it. I hate Mondays. It could be Monday. They could just use the same cup every day.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
There's some old desks. Some really old desks. This is an old rotary phone. What time period is this? Old, big, clunky. Remember those kinds of computers? Carbon dating myself on stream. Oh, the pen. Wait. So we have a rotary phone here. And here's a keypad home phone with, buttons. I don't think I can read any of that. Might be readable, but not to me. Alright, they're downloading something. We're installing something here. Number 1, Dad, this is someone's father, is a parent. Got boxes, lots of, not very good at keeping a lockdown on their important files. Let's see what we got here. I like work, I just hate my boss. Oh, that's a mug you want to use at work. That gets you in real good with the management. Smile, I'm guessing. That's what that says. Here we have more papers just on the floor. Further suggesting they left in a hurry, and you can't see outside at all. Peculiar. Concerning. Silly narrator, we do as we please. Yes, we do as we please. I ain't gonna listen to any mysterious guy voices anymore. Last time that happened, a giant purple moon almost destroyed the world. Yes, that is a very good point. Don't listen to just random disembodied voices. You ask them questions. See what they're doing, what they actually want. Yes, very blinding light from outside. See, keep dry. See, I say this. It says keep dry. My immediate thought is look up and see if there's a leak. Alright. Someone, looks like someone was writing an email. It looks like it might be email software, I'm not sure. That's my guess. Be my Valentine. So it could be February. It could just be the mug they use. Who farted? Oh, that's funny. Let's see. How the mighty have fallen. I can sort of read that. Weekly monitor. So far I've not been able to interact with anything really. Just make noise. Can't jump either. What? You can't jump? Seriously? We disabled it? I got an achievement! Ha ha ha. It's just a bunch of numbers, people. Alright. More scattered paperwork. Oh, and here we have a box overturned, further implying that people left in a big hurry. I cannot read that. Looks like a map. Another who farted book awaiting input. Can I get there? I want to input. Ah, input received. Finally, something's happening.
This place is emptier than my soul.
Uh-huh. No comment. Trying to investigate. Yes, I'm trying to investigate. I have an investigative mind. I should go apply for working at the Chaotix. I do a good job as a detective. I do better than Charmy anyway. Come on. I want to input more. Alright, I'll move on. What have I? Surname access. Server name? Like, short for server name? Turned it off. No! I am not reading that mug. Alright. That door is open. More overturned things. Guess I can move on now. This is the only other open door. Here's a box with a phone and a mug in it. Another I Hate Mondays mug. Photo of plant with water on it. Missing ceiling tiles. A ladder. Let's see. Does it say coffee nut or office nut? Probably coffee nut. A spilled mug here. EL. More evidence that people left in a big hurry. I would not like to work here. It's so bland. There's more than just beige and brown people. Oh, we have writing on the board here. Sales in this quarter. Projections. It's a little doodle of a guy of some kind. This not makes sense. This does not make sense. I can't read much else. Alright. Okay, this is a suspicious feeling room. I don't like this room.
When Stanley came to a
Oh,
set
dear.
of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm gonna do. Don't tell me what to do.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, nice ocean. I don't really like how that is. The line's too close to the center. It needs to be down or up further. I don't like the composition of this. I don't like it. More overturned stuff. That one's got a lamp turned on. The narrator fell asleep. Oh, a computer left on. Should probably be trying every one of these doors that I come across. But, you know, none of them seem to open, so I haven't been trying. There's no numbers on this door. Just more of the same, really? This door's gonna shut when I enter it, isn't it?
Ah, yes, truly
Yeah,
a room worth admiring. It
oh
had really
god.
been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Oh, at
Stanley
least it's
simply stood
got some
here, drinking
blues.
it all in.
It's better than all the beige. You know, another number one dad mug. Hey, Mondays, and it'd be my Valentine.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
Am I
A
annoying the
room
narrator
so
now?
utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Is the narrator making fun of me? I want a drink.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Why are you blaming this on me? Just 'cause I know how to stop and smell the roses?
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Oh no, we've broken the fourth wall fully now. Should I keep staying here? I didn't know this place had canned juice. Sweet, yeah. I want some pop. I want a soda. I'm thirsty. You know, having all my coworkers suddenly vanish makes me thirsty.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Yeah, how about no? Was there an open door on my right? Nope. Hehehe. Nope. I'm just gonna do everything wrong. Blueprints. Someone's making technical things here, then?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh. Caution, do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Well, I'm standing, thankfully. Let's see. Knew it was gonna shut. I knew it. I have amazing door shutting senses. The narrator states this despite Stanley perfectly following orders on his computer. Yeah, this was his whole thing. Key card. Any key cards around here? Flattened boxes. No achievement for trying to crouch a million times. Okay. Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. How are they gonna get $5,000 fee if I'm dead? They go in your pockets? Prevent access for trained employees only. Consumption owned whisk. Okay, can't get over there. Well, it is not in motion.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
It is called the
There's someone
Stanley
you've been
Parable.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Oh.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her who?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
Uh-oh.
To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who is she? Can I open this door? Nope. Still haven't noticed any key cards. Still can't jump. What's the point of being able to assign a button for jump if I can't jump? They turned it off. Alright. Can I hijack the forklift? I don't think I remember the narrator saying all this. Well, that's what happens when you watch me play a game. I don't listen. I don't like this. This is the only way left to go. But this is dark room. I don't like this. Uh-oh. Oh dear.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
Ooh.
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Is it rigged to explode? Can I unplug it?
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner?
What?
You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
What?
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why
Cigarette
you've been
butts?
able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
I don't wanna. Uh-oh.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read.
What?
Which
How do you spend
choice
years
would
of
you
hard
make?
work forgetting how to
Remember
read?
that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself
Fish?
speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
What?
Excellent. Making
I
choices
will
on a
not
regular
say that.
basis
What?
is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
What is he
Most
doing?
medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do
8?
you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution
that's
to
how
the
you-
world,
how you wax.
just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will
insignificant,
guide you in
it's
an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
What?
But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago.
Why did they
and
put
see
all this
what the
in here?
correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
How about no? Can I plug the phone back in? Danger, danger everywhere. Stop, stop, stop. Nerve contradiction is glitching the world out. Now I have to pay attention to any differences I notice from what was here previously. Can I jump now? Nope.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story.
Now I
That
wanna
story
jump.
would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Well, then whose fault is that? It's not my fault. Still don't have the ability to jump. Who's opening these doors? I don't have any mechanisms in them to open. Wait a minute. Oh, it's just populating in. Coffee.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Will I? How do I know the real world isn't just an extension of this world? There's gotta be another way to contradict him.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
What? Reality is breaking? The space-time continuum? Can I? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh boy. Maybe I should listen to him. It's worse than you thought. Uh-huh.
Oh, it's
What?
ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed
okay.
my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did
Do
you
not
think was
alter
so special about seeing the
consulting
game
whiteboard
undone,
manager.
left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work?
Hold on now.
What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I...
You're asking me now?
No, I have to. I have to
Wait,
shut the game
no, you
down.
don't. No, you don't.
I have to. I have to.
No, you don't. No, I wanted to read that. No. Well, then.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you.
Yep.
You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Thought you were trying to trick me.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
What?
...behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, what do you think, chat? Should I take the right door again? And see how exasperated he gets? Or do I listen this time? You want me to go left? You want me to do the thing? You want me to do what he wants? You want me to listen to him? It would be really funny if you went right, but left. How do I go right but left? But what happens if I approach the right door? Will he yell at me? I kind of want to see what happens, you know? Yeah, I've got several hours. See, I'm not Stanley. Morbid curiosity, yes.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Is behaving exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. Okay. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, let's see what we got going on here. More of the same stuff. Can't interact with a whole lot of things here. Can't even jump. Tips for not getting fired. Alright, do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Meeting room. Meeting schedule. Let's see. We're broke Wednesday. Termination Tuesdays. That's an event. Weekly targets administered. Marketing Mondays. IT department. Financial panic meeting. Boss's inspection. Office party. Happy face. Group in somewhat quotation marks. Wait, hold up. Rip Franz or Franz? Franz. I don't know.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Alright, tomorrow. Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Right next day's agenda. Refleet. Employee. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. What? That doesn't make sense. Targets. Push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Standardized graphs. Not cost efficient. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Synergize papers. Ongoing. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergy guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of... It's all erased. Number of slides on this slide. Charts, slides, charts and slides. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please no more charts, please. I'm begging. Stop. The boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation minute, or take several of the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return to your boss appreciation specialist. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee, like yourself, but more inclined toward conflict unless you're the kind of person who initiates. I can't read that fast. Let's see. Mitosis. Lunch, travel, comatose, less air, spring break, clean skin, nature, a boat. Tips for not getting fired, talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no exception of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Is this did Cave Johnson own this place before he founded Aperture? Giving me those vibes, you know. What do people want? Things. Happy feelings. Violent James, you are fired. Money, more money, things, but with money to buy more things, graphs. Graphs about things and money. We have our new product. Stock market is somewhere here. Colored in segment stripes. Requires more secondary research. Those are clearly stripes. What SE target demographic? Teenagers, what is hot? Profits. They misspelled profits once. Facts. Okay, bi-quarterly post-review review. We need less reviews. 402 plus 405 want to get rid of the desk sport portion in the primary review schedule. Oh, thank you. I've been talking quite a bit here. Let's see. But I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers. More water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. They're charts. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big net, some sort of child trap. Teenagers, size of demographic. A lot of percent. Space between the teenagers. Throw something in the idea bin. Let's see. 10. No more bins, trash cans. 20. Renaming of the ideas. 30. Firing me. Ideas bin. Wait, there's something written on the back here. Better safe than profits. Business club. Rule number 1. References are not all cracked up to be. Not all their references are not all they're cracked up to be. That's talking about business the references on your resume, or is it also talking about references in all the hints here? Alright, I guess I'll move on then. Stanley was over here pressing buttons while everyone else was doing presentations and slides and charts. Alright, let's see. Broom closet. Chris is in the broom closet. See if I can get him out of the broom closet. Well, if it's Chris Thorndike, he could stay in there. Wait, do I have to worry about him coming out and getting me? Is he a threat? Oh boy. I walk backwards.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Well, I guess I don't have a choice because I can't jump yet. Keep him away from any portals and he'll be fine? I suppose so. Can't open any doors around here. Oh my. It's really fancy up here. Alright, it's feeling kind of spooky in here. Not because it looks fancy, but because it feels like a location I would visit in my really weird dreams that I have, where really weird things happen. Possibly weirder than like this is possibly something that could, potentially occur in my dreams. They're just that weird. Alright. The beige pages. Like the yellow pages? The beige pages. Okay, something not. Can't interact with a whole lot. It's bugging me. Business time. Wait. They're not plugged in. So unless they're battery powered. Again, blinding outdoor light. Oh boy. I don't like this.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week.
Oh, really?
Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
I have to speak it. Um, uh, one, one 5-5 shark.
Stanley spoke
Oh.
the code. Night Shark 115. He
Night.
spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you?
I'm
Please
trying.
speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 155.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect
Night
Stanley
Shark
shows for his choices.
115.
He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Did he just... What?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
What?
he entered the door on his left.
What's going on now?
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
Did I astral project?
I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
What's going on?
Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct.
What's going
on? You can't
on?
be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please.
What just happened? That's a good question. I'd like to know.
Do something? Anything? This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
Sorry, Leroy, what?
I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
How do I get out of here? Dan, is this a never-ending game? Is this impossible to complete?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Uh-huh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Lots of endings and events. Uh-huh.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
So, like, stories, The Path of Destinies, except without the combat. I'll have to stream that
Coming to a
sometime.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Hold on one moment. I need to check on something. I heard something I gotta check on. Let's see, where's... Be right back.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret
This room looks
pin
completely
number,
different.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Wait, what? Can you repeat that? Oh, piano. I can't play the piano?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code
it went all
by
dark.
sheer
I don't like it.
luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. Link plus? Alright, take the elevator. Loading, loading, loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
That's what I was
Why
doing
did he
earlier when I
feel
took
this
the other
now,
path that you didn't want
when
me to
for
take.
years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I don't like that. Sparking. It's not good. Not good at all.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
YOLO.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh? Why should I trust you?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Red, that's not good. Whee! Could use some long fall boots.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
How do I get off of this thing? Can I just... I can't jump.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as
who's
Stanley
this?
was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley
Who
was
this?
obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Ah! What? Oh. Haha. What?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
We have another narrator now. This room is all
When every
What?
path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
It's a museum. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the 2 doors was the first path of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. My brain is going to be scrambled by the end of this. I just know it. It's feeling kind of scrambled now. Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors in a good time. Filing cabinets. The 2 doors. The set of the 2 open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game, where the buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Credits. An early version of the maintenance room. This is very interesting. You found the Insomniac room? That's just what I was thinking about. The Insomniac Museum room. War Zone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who liked shooters, which was not our intention. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. I have burning questions. For instance, on a scale... There's no way I can read this fast enough, so... So what is considered winning in this game? Is there winning? Or is it a thought experiment? Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, second in March 2012, and the third in February 2013. Is this the older game? It's an old game? Exit, huh?
Are you winning, Cinder?
I don't know, Quartz. I don't know. Freedom ending?
For the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design, textbook mistake.
What?
It's the kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. But of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. Sure, we'll get him right back on track to where he was supposed to be in the story.
Outtakes. See, I want to go through the exit door, but I also want to hit that computer that was at the beginning here. But I don't know if that will, you know, take me somewhere. Still not able to jump or crouch. Well, I'll go find that exit door again. Some more stuff. Try to find the exit. I fell spoilers here? Fell spoilers? Trying to find the exit again. I got lost. I think it was this way. Yep. Okay.
Oh, look at these two.
I
How
don't like that
they
laugh.
wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
The on and off switch?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
I
No,
don't know.
Perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path.
Quit?
Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
So I'm supposed to quit the game?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think I want to go see what happens if I answer the
This
phone.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'm gonna go to that room and answer the phone.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Still won't tell me who her is.
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
All right.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I don't like answering the phone. Oh, I don't like that. Blinding light. What's going on?
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Uh-oh.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Bread?
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
I can't
I'm trying to
move.
make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Do I want to go inside or do I want to get the heck out of here? Oh boy. Which way do I go? Which way do I want to go? Like, I'm curious. But I'm also like, no. Decisions. Bye.
Sorry, but
What?
you're in my story now.
What? Brick wall? I guess it won't let me do that. Why would you put a
This is
chair
a very
here?
sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me in the fridge. Let me out of here.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Can I beat it up?
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of
Sounds
it
like
would
me at
ever
school.
happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his
Where's the
boss,
television?
everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Let me out of here. What if I hit another button? Nothing.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel
Sounds
this
horrible.
free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Just one more.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Oh dear.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Give him a mirror?
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Maybe.
And I tried again.
What?
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What? No. Oh boy.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Mm-hmm. If I have weird dreams tonight, this is your fault, bro. I'm blaming you.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You see, I'm gonna continually take the right path, and I will each time listen to him at a closer point. Like I went all the way to the phone, but this time I'll go to whatever's before the phone.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
See, right here.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Hit this elevator.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
He doesn't
from
know.
here, it's, left.
There's no other way but left. Okay.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My
What?
mistake.
Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
What are you doing? You did not
Now,
think of all the
let's see,
contingency
we went
plans.
Down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Oh boy. Someone left their lights on. Oh dear.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
No.
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Again.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, no, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
There's more doors.
Oh, did something change?
There's more
Stanley,
doors.
did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere or...
No, I didn't.
Hold on.
No.
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah, what are you
It was
doing?
right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay. Oh no. Oh. Oh. What did I do this time?
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Inner
Well, I
guilt.
find it
Everyone knows
unlikely
what
that
you
we'll ever
did. They're
progress
just
by
holding back to
starting
let
over
you
and over
torture
again,
yourself.
But it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
What? No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Mm-hmm. There's no doors
Okay,
now.
yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong.
There are no doors
it's possible
now.
the story is back where we just came from.
Oh dear.
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Sure. Here's a door. Hmm.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story.
It's all
Here it
blue
comes.
here.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
It's worse. What's going on?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
How should I
You know
remember?
what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
I win?
Congratulations!
Hurrah! Yay!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it
I
really paid
won.
off. So, good job.
Hurrah!
No, I don't feel right about this at all.
Oh, come on.
We
You
both
can't take
know
it
you
back.
didn't
No
put in
take
any
backs.
actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay?
You sure?
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't
You-
care what might
you're
happen this
getting
time.
weirded out.
I have to restart.
Oh, wait. Oh, dear. Now we got the yellow paint now.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
The yellow paint, huh? I don't think this is the direction we went last time, or the first time, or whatever.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, Are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there.
A bit?
Well, I'd like to apologize.
No idea what you're saying.
Not sure where I was going with all that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Not sure that works. Oh, that's funny. I can't go this way then? Oh well. Hee hee! Kiss my yellow paint. What? You won't let me. Fine. Follow your stupid yellow paint. I can't walk on the walls. Da, 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 da. Do I have to go in that room? Can I just... I suppose I should look at clues. Question marks. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Haha. Can't go on this ceiling. We're getting a little out of hand here. Are the yellow paint people drunk? Spider-Man paint this? That's a very good question. It's entirely possible. Annual reviews, monthly ledgers, corporate imbalances, consolidation reports, financial records. Ah!
Wait, cut the music.
What?
Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
It will?
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Uh-huh, it's a pretty standard fern. Okay.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No.
It's getting worse.
Mine. You do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story?
Yeah?
Is any of this ringing a bell?
Maybe? Which way? Oh. Back here again. No. I'll try this way then. This way. Yeah, we're at the beginning again. It's not my fault. I'm following your yellow paint. That's the wrong way. I guess I gotta head this way. Yep.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through...
I've horribly messed up this game.
Oh, I can't take this anymore.
It's just like the path I take to school.
Restart.
Do you get to school on time? Do you ever get to school? Alright.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why
Are we?
can't we make up our own story?
That's what
Something
I've been trying to
exciting,
do.
daring, mysterious.
Uphill both
This
ways.
all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and
It's
Stanley
just
forging a new
beige.
path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
A trip to the snack
Whatever it might be,
machine.
Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley,
You
I'd also
trademark.
like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Don't acknowledge all this stuff? How do I not? Right to the ceiling there.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Is it?
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here.
A minute?
Just walk in circles for a minute.
Walk in circles.
So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting
what?
from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the
Where
answer
are we
is clearly
going?
yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Is
Another
it?
victory for logic. Come,
Not
Stanley.
sure I follow you.
Our destiny awaits.
The confusion ending? I've gotten to an ending? Oh, there's a chair.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending?
Can I sit?
And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Looks
So
like
now,
it.
according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't
Wasn't
I
me.
get to decide?
I don't
Why
know.
don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the
Don't know
game
what to
to
tell
keep
you.
restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Yes.
And the timer stopped?
Uh-oh.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
I don't know.
Whatever it
do you
is
think?
that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone
Line
come for
trademark.
us? Will something happen? So, okay.
What? Oh, wait, it's supposed to be shaped like
I
that.
guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the
kinda.
destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now.
Still
we'll
can't
find
jump.
out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do...
What? What happened? What'd I do?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Will it be normal this time? Looks like it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, I can open the broom closet. One's in here.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Duct tape. Tools.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be coming to a staircase. Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't like it down here. It's creepy.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
That's a good question.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
I've been wondering
and for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley
What is a dream but a hallucination while you're sleeping?
Found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
I regularly have the ability to fly in my dreams.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
That's a good question.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Very, very, very.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control. That this was a dream.
That's cheap.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
He
felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
Keep telling yourself
Everything will be fine.
Nope.
I am okay.
He was not okay.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
But no, but I wanted to.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What? We're switching up
Mariella
now.
woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
What?
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
How?
But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Was that another ending?
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
And then he breaks his glasses. And can't read. What?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
What do you think it means? This is wild. How do you come up with this sort of thing? As long as there aren't any mashy spike plates.
You for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
It was.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Oh dear. It just means more confusion.
Step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Oh dear.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go.
Okay.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
What about me? You gonna ask if I'm ready?
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Gimme the content, Stanley.
Oh boy. The jump circle?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh, I can jump now! Yay! Finally. Will I have a limited number of jumps? Jump, 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 jump. What happens when I reach 0? No more jumps? Seriously? I've never been this excited before. This game is truly life-changing. That's one way to put it. It was really out there.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
I don't like this. See, this is the Twilight Zone, the game. I feel like I'm in an episode of the Twilight Zone. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Enjoying is a bit of a
you've
stretch.
Got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid.
Oh, wow.
It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
What is it about?
No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me.
No one's explained what it's about yet.
What do you say, friend?
I don't think I have a choice in this. I don't have a say. This isn't right. Can I jump now? No.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Okay. Ah!
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
It's really fancy. Boxes and chairs and ancient ruins and outside.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Zone, sweet zone, don't forget.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Remember physical software. National Geographic? Uh-huh. Good times. Postcards. Wow. It's really something. Not sure what, but something. Smile because it happened. A dollar bill. An old tube TV. Is that paper? No. Don't play for 5 years. You get an achievement for not playing the game. It's impossible to get this achievement. What was that? Just trees, okay. British Academy Award. New video game releasing today. Creator surprisingly down to earth. Rutgers goes from scandal to new prices. Colleges show uneven effort to enroll poor. 50% off designer hats. Oh boy. What? But a small creature owns the other hat. What? What? Huh? Oh, there's a photo of my demise. Deals tough choices. Oh, it's a hamster. It's a little hamster. Aw. It's a fluffy little hamster. Oh, this is pretty cool. Rocks and
over
water.
here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was.
Not sure that's possible.
It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
An hour? That wasn't an hour. I could go down and I could go up. The tie. 29.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories. Oh, these were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait.
Well, you're in luck.
I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh, no.
Looks dangerous.
Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny.
What?
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
You officially love this game now? This is, you know, something else. We have gone way past the fourth wall. There is no fourth wall. It is obliterated.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
The fifth and sixth walls are gone.
Well, the idea for the game is good. For someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
Well...
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with.
What's that mean?
How much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
That shouldn't work.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games.
That's too many fancy words.
I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption,
let me do it again.
It's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, Stanley! Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all.
It isn't?
It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. Oh, hello. It's you. You're
Can
here
barely
again.
see the
Welcome.
button anymore.
I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been.
Yeah, you there, narrator? Oh dear. He passed out. There's no doors, so might as well just keep pushing the button. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I don't like that. Where's the beeping coming from?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world, as though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim?
How long is this going on? Beep.
The end is never the end, is never the
I
end,
just lost
is
it.
never the end, is 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 never the
sir?
end, is never the 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 end.
I think I broke him.
Is never the end, 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 is never the end. Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the
Send it.
end.
How do we get out of here? Because now there really is not much happening. How many different endings are in this game? Wait, there's a clock on the floor. This is clock on the floor. Oh, oh dear. I still can't get out of there. Oh, it's greenery has grown over. Is the narrator dead? It got filled in, or is it just? I don't like that sound. What's going on? What out of here? Yes, there's an exit. I can get out. It's just a wasteland. Narrator guy. Can't get up here. It's just wasteland as far as the eye can see. I don't know what's going on. Okay. And now we're back to here.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Maybe. You may be right about that. What? Okay.
Oh, good.
I'll bite.
You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Do ya? Better be good. I'll write my own bad Steam review. Ha 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 ha.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
What?
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
I just want a soda. I've been trying to get this all the time.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
New laptops instead of old computers. Bird. 2 doors. They're back. New content is out. New content is in. What? Boring sections of the chart. Cool red section of the chart. Old busted new hotness. I get that reference. I understand that reference. The Stanley Parable DX. Director's cut. Yes, yes, yes. More TSP, better TSP. Paradigm shift, synergy, brick and mortar approach. Envelop, client-centric marketing, color red, leverage, holistic value. Win-win, sequential mindshare. So is there an actual Stanley Parable 2, or is this just more joke?
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Who took the red marker? Me! That's funny. Sequels are good. Portal 2. Oh! Portal 2. Half-Life 2. Batman. Arkham Asylum 2. Divinity. Original Sin 2. Doom 2. Aladdin 2. Return of Jafar. Dark Souls 2. They forgot to put Sonic Adventure 2! What is this? Don't forget the spin-off release in 2025, the narrator's spiel. Oh. Let's wait to the show floor. New content. Features. Oh.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
It's a lot of things. There's a bucket. Reassurance bucket. I could use reassurance of my sanity. So I wouldn't check it out. Too edgy and convoluted, plus the narrative just doesn't feel right. Name. Hear yours today. Everyone's got one. Are you sure about that? Hear your name in the game. Exclusive, the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Do I want to hit the button? Cold drinks taste the sequel.
For the Stanley Parable 2,
Cinder.
I asked myself,
What
do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button, which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, what's it gonna say?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim... Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish. Are you kidding? Are you serious?
Where's the skip button?
Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim. Rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim. And finally, dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim.
I don't like this.
Do you feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
No.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you.
Let me out of here.
Do it again.
No, I don't want to do it again. Make me walk back up all these stairs.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time.
No,
if
it
this were
doesn't.
the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
No, it
Let's
wouldn't.
take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from
Good,
all
let's
of
get out of
this
here.
personal validation.
Can't escape. Oh, the doors are open now. I can get out.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Infinite hole. Free, new and easy achievement. Can't believe it's that simple. Guess I'll have to check that out. Settings World Champion. Infinite hole. Free achievement. That's new. Well, let me in there. How do I get off? Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'll get this achievement over here. Free achievement. Pull the lever. Receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Get yours right now. Okay.
Now here's something
Probably a
special. You
trap.
remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the
Seriously?
achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Come on. Give it. You promised. My disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
There's the exit. Wish he could walk faster. No, please, no screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
I took screenshots. Can't go that way. Guess I can just go back out. Or there's this. Get well someday. Happy 12th birthday, Stepney.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy
What?
12th birthday, stepniece, it is.
Uh-huh.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Merch. This t-shirt is the best feature. Reassurance bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it.
Where's the bucket?
I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental
I'm disappointed
problem
again. Where's the
game.
bucket?
It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind
here's
and
the
your
bucket.
heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Really?
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Oh, finally. Let me go over there.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must
Not
already
really.
be sweeping through your body.
I'm
And
taking
in
the
fact,
bucket with me.
Can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive
Let me
as a
leave.
person.
I take the bucket with
The
me.
benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Can I put the bucket back down? Okay. I get to take the bucket with me.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should
No.
be an award if it isn't already.
No. The baby is all grown up. Bankruptcy? What? I don't like that sound. Oh, you know what? Hee hee. The new updated ray trace, more of the same, but in a good way, sequel to the red is the new orange. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. New features, new content, new ideas. Infinite hole. Do 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 do. Concrete contemplations. Holy moly! How deep can we dig? Ha 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 ha. Time depth. Opening rim. Okay. Oh, that's just a black hole. More hole. Just keeps going.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Yeet.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
But it's infinite. What's the point?
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
I need to verify if it's infinite, though.
Sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
So what you're saying is this is not an actual infinite hole. You're just telling me it's an infinite hole.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
See, I told you.
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
There's only one
From
definition of
perspective,
infinity.
The infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found
Am
the
I wearing
bottom of
long
the
fall
hole.
boots?
You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're
My shins are
unusually
shattered.
fascinated by falling.
New
What
mug.
normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this
Needing
on me.
at 2
Maybe you're the
PM.
problem. Look, things got a little heated
There's
there. I
cigarette
think we both
butts
said
in
some
here.
things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works
Every
for you,
pause
then
button
go
is
ahead
a
and
Roman
press the
numeral
teleport
2.
button to warp up to the top of the hole, and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I see a little point of light up there. Fine.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
No. Do. Ah, here's the jump circle again.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Collect them all.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the
Can't
Stanley
see.
Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
What? 1 of 6?
God, it really is the
really
worst when you collect
really
everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy
Wait, where'd the
reward
exit-
for it.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely tragic.
How do I exit?
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
What's this? It's a purse or something. Strange thing to just leave there.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, Let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is.
No.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
I hadn't even finished 1 yet.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes.
So
this is
when's
much
the Stanley
better.
Parable
feel
3?
good about
I don't
this.
know.
Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Let's see what happens then.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building
blue
where
balloons
he
now.
was employee number
It's cheerful now.
427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although
Horrifying.
others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I doubt it. Nope.
And
Not
then
at all.
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
An hour?
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alrighty. Let's try this again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
We have the bucket this time. Okay, it's the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's
Warmth.
office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Executive bathroom. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Where's the skip button?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them
Can we
were
get to the number?
inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2845.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Oh, absolutely.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This,
You look so
there
scared.
really must be a snappier name for these things.
Very
What about
confused.
mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
All right.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
Posture check.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
I'm not sure about that. Once I stick the bucket over
Stanley
my
and
head
the bucket
for
walked
protection.
straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Well, let's do it for once.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Employee observation protocol. Data points for a bunch of numbers.
The monitors jumped to life,
Oh boy.
and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears
What?
as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
I'm not sure about that.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
Oh no.
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
Throw the bucket, throw the bucket.
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point,
the bucket
he could
is my
trust
companion
no
cube.
one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good.
Yeah.
Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Yes, let's take the system down. Take down the machines controlling us. Put an end to the robot apocalypse before it begins. Ooh, a big red button. All the way up there? Oh no, I've seen this in the Incredibles.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Yes. End it. Uh-oh. What I do?
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
Is it finally over?
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine.
Yes.
Freedom was now mere moments away.
Freedom.
Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
What?
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through
a
and
cinema?
begin watching it in reverse from the end.
Scroll
True,
up
it
cinemas?
was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to...
It wouldn't be that easy.
What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Oh dear.
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty.
Oh,
Until
no.
finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No.
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth
Throw
of
the bucket. Throw the bucket.
With lengths not to part with the bucket.
Throw the bucket away.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not
Yes,
while
he
he
can.
has such a precious bucket in his arms.
Destroy the
Not
bucket.
while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room.
Oh dear.
But at least he has the bucket.
I don't want the
To be
bucket.
trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley
Yeah,
thought
it
to
is.
himself. As long as I have my
Crazy.
bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped.
Cope.
Very soon now, he was about to find out.
I thought I was finally out of here. No, not again.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Meeting, figure spider meeting. I am not taking the bucket this time. No, bucket. Your mistake was picking up the bucket. Yes, I understand
When
that.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No bucket this time. I'm getting out of here. There will be a reward for finding them all, but he said there was. Trust the completionist instinct? Where the spinning figures. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless, to be honest. Oh, man.
Oh,
They didn't put one in here?
Oh, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I want to see if there's a doll down here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
No dolls
and as Stanley
so far.
pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley,
just hoping this would end with a good ending. You follow the narrator.
I'm dreaming about a voice
do that
describing me, thinking about how it's describing
I was going to do that,
he
but
thought. And while he thought it
I also
all
got
very
distracted
odd,
trying
and
to
wondered
find
if this
the dolls.
voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
Skip button.
How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now
laptop's really
as he's
hot.
ever been in his life.
I think I could kick an egg on this
thing.
thing.
Speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
You know what? I don't need to see this again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, we're doing this. Getting out of here. Maybe.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Forget the collectibles? Forget them. he boarded up the broom closet. He's tired of my nonsense.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yep. I don't need to go in it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody.
I need to complete this game before my computer has a nuclear meltdown.
He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation.
Number, please.
But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Alright, button down. Hope your computer doesn't explode. Mine almost did once. Hopefully not. It is a year old. Only a year old, so...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
okay.
Mind Control Facility.
So the good, correct ending
the lights
is
rose on an
to the
enormous
narrator.
room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I'm just imagining Styx playing this game. Yeah, if she would play a video game
facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
End it. End it. End it already. Let's get out of here. Freedom!
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I sure hope so.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Not you, laptop. You're okay.
Even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that
he
was
messes
all
it up
he
royally.
needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I will, when it lets me.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Freedom! Freedom! Beat the game. Ah, so that is the correct ending then. So it's really easy to beat if you just listen. But naturally I assumed it was a trap, it was a trick. That the disembodied voice was leading me into a trap. I didn't think it was wanting to actually help me. Just probably the same conclusion Styx would draw. Well, I'm definitely not going to keep playing. It's pretty late. And I'm going to have weird enough dreams as it is, probably. But I thank you all for coming. I'll see you next week, which will be Ratchet and Clank 3. I'll be getting to that. Finish out the Ratchet and Clank Classic Collection. Hope you enjoyed this. It was certainly different. Not the usual game I play. I was not seeing most of this coming. It's going to take a while for your brain to be unconfused. Yep, it's going to take a while. My brain's just, what? It needs to cool off. My laptop needs to cool off. Alright. See ya later. And have a Cinderific day. Bye.